Hello, this is Mark. I work at one of the Apple retail stores. Do you remember me or just vaguely recall? Well. Viewers have forsaken me. Please give me your divine intervention. You might wonder, Mark, it's too late. No, it's not too late. You got till January 8th. If you just purchased the new Macbook Pro 2016 probably yesterday, due to Apple's extended refund policy for holidays, you got till January 8th to go get your money back and buy its predecessor. In order to avoid, the thing is, I don't want to give you what do you need from me. Preconceived notions or facts. Let's get started. I have been waiting for Consumer Reports suggestions on these particular models. The new MacBook Pro 2016 has been recently rated as not recommended by Consumer Reports due to its limited battery life. The thing is not limited due to its shorter than expected, shorter than advertised battery life. A subset of early adopters are getting 30 to 60% of up to 10 hours on a single charge battery life advertised. That's number one. Number two, for me personally, I think when I first saw it, the very first idea that came into my mind was, wow, the trackpad is awkwardly big. And some of my friends, the guy said, well, it's 99% aesthetic, but only 1% usefulness. And I like to attest his sentiment, his notion. Apple recently introduced the new technology called Thunderbolt 3. In the past, do you remember the Apple Cinema display, Thunderbolt display, LED display? But this time, there is no Apple's proprietary Thunderbolt 3 display. They use the word co-developed with LG, working closely with LG. Bologna. Do you believe them? But it's good to hear that they have recently lowered the price to less than $1,000. The thing is, this is the very first time that Apple doesn't even have its own proprietary display, or in other words, peripheral. This time they are heavily relies on a third-party company called LG. I don't know about you, but I don't trust them this time. I don't think it's going to be a trustworthy machine this time, because Apple doesn't even provide its own proprietary device or additional device or peripheral. Did you know that a subset of the new MacBook Pro 2016 units have been misreporting their own guts under the hood, their own intestines, their own GPU's names? They have been misreporting their own GPU's model names. When early adopters go to the About This Mac pane, and sometimes the machine misreports its own GPU. Number 5, the new Thunderbolt 3 standards this particular technology is very new. It's just hitting the market. The thing is, you can't do a thing. I mean, in most cases, without an additional, sold separately, dongle, or so-called, there are a number of ways to call these things. Some call this multi-port adapter, multi-port hub, docking station, extension port. The thing is, regardless of the metaphor people use to call this thing, an enormous amount of third parties docking stations on the market are not compatible with this particular technology called Thunderbolt 3. I know it's pretty hard to swallow, but this particular machine, this particular model, the new MacBook Pro 2016, is an outdated, obsolete, outmoded, defective machine. It doesn't even run on DDR4 RAM. It doesn't even support 32 gigabytes of RAM. I know what you're about to say. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Now, first, Apple said, well, they didn't want to compromise the battery life. They didn't want to add more weight. They didn't have these, they didn't have that, they didn't have enough space inside. What's with the 4 fingers worth of empty spaces around the battery cells? I'll be more precise. What's with the 4 index fingers worth of empty spaces around the battery? They said if they decided to use DDR4 RAM, then consumers would get only 7 days of standby. They wanted us to get 30 days of standing by mode. Intrigue me. If we need something light and thin, we will buy the MacBook Air. We will buy the new MacBook. We need the MacBook Pro because we believe that we are pros. We need a machine for pro level applications or tasks. So, what's with the empty spaces around the battery? 4 fingers, 4 bloody index fingers worth of empty spaces around the battery cells. Well, you wanted to encourage airflow in there, enhance the TDP radar thermal design power. Did you know that Apple, not discursively, not covertly, but this time conspicuously, force people to buy those prices built to other SSDs from Apple Store? Because the new MacBook Pro 2016 units come equipped with non-removable SSDs. Of course, except the entry-level one without the touch bar and the Touch ID feature. In other words, the storage capacity you choose, the internal storage capacity you choose will be permanent for the life of your MacBook Pro 2016. There's an old saying, Mac works right out of the box. You go to the nearest Apple store, then you buy the new MacBook Pro 2016, and you probably want to transfer some photos to a regular USB-A based flash drive. You left the store and you realize that you have forgotten to buy an additional adapter. All the adapters are available separately. They are sold separately. Adapter for USB-A, VGA, HDMI, Thunderbolt. These particular additional dongles or adapters are available separately. You have to buy them. This time, this Mac doesn't work right out of the box. Who needs space gray MacBook Pro? Well, if I need a black, well, probably a dark gray or silver, red, blue, brown MacBook Pro, well, I can buy something called hard shell cases. Probably I'll buy it from Moshi, InCase, Power Support, Spec, and so on. But the thing is, even worse, An increasing number, an increasing number, not a subset, an increasing number of early adopters have reported severe or serious or prominent graphic issues. Okay, you might say things like, Mark, you are a mentally retarded person, and this is a time-consuming video. I don't care about what you're saying. I want to buy it. So which one should I buy? I'm ready. I would be willing to be in jeopardy. I don't care. My company will pay for me, or they will reimburse me, or I need to buy it for someone as a present, whatever. And as a buying coach, you know what? I'm not your enemy. I'm your messenger. Let me help you choose one. If you want to buy the new 15-inch MacBook Pro 2016, I strongly recommend that you should buy the top of the line with 1 terabyte SSD upgrade, 16 gigabytes of RAM upgrade, and you should upgrade the GPU, the graphic card, to the top notch, to the top of the line, to the AMD Radeon 460. The thing is, I'm not going to go deeper into the detail. I'm not going to lecture you about, well, you go, the 450 is on par with 455, almost identical. But I want you to know there's a pretty huge gap between 455 and 460. We are talking about 1.3 teraflops versus 1.9 teraflops. Peak performance. Upgrade the RAM to 16, 1 terabyte SSD, and the GPU. What about a 13-inch? The thing is, well, for me, I'm not a Mac technician. I'm not a Mac genius. I'm a psychopath. For me, I'll buy the entry-level 13-inch without the touch bar, the touch ID, a limited amount of Thunderbolt 3 ports. I'll buy that. I'll go to the Apple store, the online store. I'll increase the RAM to 16 gigabyte, and I'll wait till its Apple proprietary warranty expire. Then I'm going to manually change the hard drive. I'm going to manually increase its internal storage to 1 terabyte. But if you want to, the thing is, I don't want to give you a bumpy road I hate. You need a much smoother path. Okay, don't be disoriented. Buy the top of the line for 13-inch MacBook Pro 2016. Buy the top of the line with 16 gigabytes RAM upgrade, 512 gigabytes of internal storage capacity. If you don't want to go through complicated procedure to change your hard drive and things like that, albeit Apple said it's non-removable, it has been permanently soldered to the motherboard. We can change it. We can increase the internal storage capacity. I think you should buy its predecessor, the so-called previous generation. In 2015, probably you might be able to find a clearance unit or a refurbished one. Used one is fine, but make sure that one is still under warranty. The warranty is still valid, then you buy it. You got a year ahead. You got 365 days to figure out if you should buy the Apple Care Protection Plan. Apple Care Protection Plan. You get award-winning telephone technical support team, the best in the world. So that's pretty much it. That's the MacBook Pro 2016. Thanks for watching.